The Reds know they simply must beat the Brumbies in Canberra if they're to keep alive their slim hopes of making the Super Rugby playoffs. It's been a dismal campaign to date for Nick Styles' men, as after a narrow win over the Sharks, they have lost 5 matches on the spin, which leaves them 5 points off Australia's pace setters, the Brumbies. But with just 2 wins on the board themselves, that phrase is used loosely. Even at this early stage of the season, it is worrying to see Australia's leading side having 3 points fewer than New Zealand's bottom outfit. But that's how things stand, and it could get worse while the cloud of uncertainty continues to hover above several of their franchises. This therefore is a chance for the Brumbies and Reds to make a statement, and the neutral will hope the pressure both on and off the field doesn't translate into a poor spectacle. Drawing fans to their respective stadiums is a must, not just for Australia but also Super Rugby. On to the match itself, and on paper the Brumbies have something of a hoodoo over their Queensland rivals, winning each of their last 4 games against the Reds. Factor in the Reds having lost their last 11 fixtures away from home. The last time they won on the road was in round 16, 2015 against the Force, and the Brumbies seemingly hold all the aces going into this derby. Due to the absence of Quade Cooper and Carmichael Hunt, the Reds require a special showing from Samu Kerevi, who has beaten 28 defenders, including 4 in the last round, which is the most of any player this season. But with the Brumbies being the most efficient tacklers of any team in the competition, boasting a success rate of 88% for the year thus far, both Kerevi and the Reds will have their work cut out in Canberra as they look to salvage their Super Rugby campaign before it's too late. The last time the teams met, it was a 43-24 victory for the Brumbies in Canberra last year, as the hosts came from behind to win the round 15 clash. Andrew Reddy got the game's first try for the Reds before Stephen Moore responded, and Ben Alexander made it 15-10 at the break. Following the interval, Moore powered over again off the back of a maul, but the Reds wouldn't roll over as Duncan Paia'aua hit back to make it 22-17 on the hour. But further tries from Christian Liliafano, Tomas Cubelli, and Lazi Italioli assured the Brumbies of the victory. Players to watch: last year's meeting saw 3 tries scored via the driving maul, so keep an eye on both hookers, Robbie, Abel, and Stephen Moore on Saturday. Moore, now going up against several longtime teammates, must lead the Reds at his former stomping ground, as he knows the Brisbane outfit simply cannot afford another defeat to their Australian rivals. Abel meanwhile has been getting an extended run in the side due to Joshua Manoria's injury, and the 27-year-old in his debut Super Rugby season will relish going up against Moore this week. Team news: flanker Scott Fardy will lead out the Brumbies for the first time on Saturday as one of 3 changes to the starting 15. Lock Rory Arnold is recalled to the starting side in place of regular skipper Sam Carter, who is rotated out of the side. Arnold partners Blake Enever, whilst prop Scott Co makes a first start of the season with Nick Mayhew reverting to the replacements. There is one change in the back line as well, with ex-Reds utility back Tom Banks handed a Brumbies debut on the left wing with James Dargaville named on the bench. Reds head coach Nick Styles has made 2 changes to his starting lineup as in the forwards. The return of prop Sef Fainga'a from a calf injury has prompted a shuffle in the front row. Fainga'a will start at loose head prop, with Sam Talakai returning to his regular position of Tevita, and Alaalatoa shifted to the reserves. The other change to the 15 sees Lachlan Maranta make his debut at fullback. Form: the Brumbies' only 2 wins have come against Australian opposition, with defeats to the Crusaders, Sharks, and Highlanders souring what has been an average start to the campaign. However, they sit on top of their conference as their fellow countrymen have been poor, notably the Reds, as they've lost 5 on the spin since their first round win over the Sharks. It is fast becoming win or bust for them. Prediction: the hosts should be too strong on their home patch, and the Reds' missing key men does not help their cause. Brumbies by 8. Previous results: 2016, Brumbies won 43-24 in Canberra. 2015, Brumbies won 29-0 in Brisbane. 2015, Brumbies won 47-3 in Canberra. 2014, Brumbies won 23-20 in Brisbane. 2014, Reds won 17-27 in Canberra. 2013, draw 19-19 in Brisbane. 2013, Brumbies won 24-6 in Canberra. 2012, Reds won 12-13 in Canberra. The teams: Brumbies 15 Aidan Toua, 14 Henry Speight, 13 Tevita Kuridrani, 12 Kyle Godwin, 11 Tom Banks, 10 Wharenui Hawera, 9 Joe Powell, 8 Jordan Smiler, 7 Chris Alcock, 6 Scott Fardy, 5 Blake Enever, 4 Rory Arnold, 3 Allan Alaalatoa, 2 Robbie Abel, 1 Scott Co replacements: 16 Saia Fainga'a, 17 Nick Mayhew, 18 Ben Alexander, 19 Tom Staniforth, 20 Jarrad Butler, 21 Roos, 22 Andrew Smith, 23 James Dargaville. Reds 15 Lachlan Maranta, 14 Chris Kuridrani, 13 Samu Kerevi, 12 Duncan Paia'aua, 11 Ito Nabuli, 10 Jake McIntyre, 9 James Tuttle, 8 Scott Higginbotham, 7 George Smith, 6 Adam Korchik, 5 Kane Douglas, 4 Rob Simmons, 3 Sam Talakai, 2 Stephen Moore, 1 Sef Fainga'a replacements: 16 Alex Mayfi, 17 Kerwin Sandy, 18 Taniela Tupo, 19 Isaac Rada, 20 Hendrik Tui, 21 Moses Sorovi, 22 Hamish Stewart, 23 Isaiah Paris. Date: Saturday, April 8. Venue: Joe Stadium, Canberra. Kickoff 19:45 local. local 9:45 GMT. Referee Nick Bryant, New Zealand. Assistant referees Paul Williams, New Zealand. James Leckie, Australia. TMO Ian Smith, Australia.